The president has now stepped into the same territory that ultimately led to President Nixon resigning the office. President Nixon was an unindicted co-conspirator, certainly a different set of facts. But this investigation is now starting to put the president in serious legal crosshairs, and he should be worried, and the whole country should be worried.
That was Democrat Chris Murphy, but some Republicans we know are now quietly comparing Donald Trump to Richard Nixon, a president who, of course, was impeached and forced from office. How has Trump become positively Nixonian? Trying to undermine the FBI,
Check.
Changing his story almost daily in order to try stay ahead of events,
Check.
Pushing for an effort to obtain private information from the Democratic National Committee,
Check.
Counting on Republicans on Capitol Hill to save himself from his misdeeds.
Check.
Increasing number of aides in legal jeopardy.
Check, 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 check.
If Nixon had a Twitter account with millions of followers, I wonder who knows how Watergate would have ended. What do we know at this point? Well, we know that many Republicans are worried that the walls are closing in on President Trump, and this time his tweets and the Russians just might not be able to save him.
Welcome back. Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.